Yo yo yo, it's your boy Black the Ninja here, and in today's video we up in the hood playing some Fortnite. Yes, I know that was a really cringy joke, but if you're new around here and you don't like that sense of humor, then you're not probably going to like the rest of this channel. But anyways, so for the people that do like my cringy humor, welcome back to another video. And today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys one of my more recent Fortnite wins. This Fortnite win is actually really fun, so stick around to the end to see the epic finale. But basically the context for this whole entire game here, I was playing Fortnite earlier for my live stream for the week. Basically, for those of you guys that don't know or don't know about my Twitch, I do have a Twitch. It's just the exact same as my username on YouTube, so if you guys want to keep up with me, I recommend checking it out. It'll be linked down below in the description. But basically, I was playing Fortnite trying to grind the weekly challenges, and when I was grinding the weekly challenges, I was having a little bit of an issue grinding kind of the more tedious challenges while still trying to keep the gameplay entertaining. So I got most of the challenges out of the way that didn't feel like slow or annoying to complete, because I mean, who wants to watch me sit still trying to survive? You know what I mean? Like, you want to see gameplay, like boom, like this is insane, you know, and that's what this is. So basically I got all the stuff out of the way that was entertaining, and then I was trying to grind challenges by playing by myself. So I was playing a solo match, and I believe I was trying to do the survive to top 25 in solos, duos, or in squads. So of course by myself I'm going to go in solos. And I was trying to do that alongside some other challenges. That's why you actually saw me go to that other location, like with the oxygen pipe. I don't know what you call that. I'm not even necessarily sure what that name of that location is, because I don't even know a single thing about the Fortnite Chapter 2 map at all, because I never learned it from Chapter 2 Season 1. But basically that power plant, I took that power plant to the zip line, and I was trying to find a secret passage, because doing that all in one match is also a challenge, so that's also one of the reasons why I was running around like this. And funnily enough, just like in the past, anytime I ever do a challenge and I'm like just trying to like end up grinding stuff, that's usually when I get my better gameplays. I don't know if it's a psychological thing or if I'm just not stressing out trying to get a win, but basically, like, I just ended up just trying to do my challenges, and then just by just sheer luck of the draw, there was just like only a couple people left, and I was just like, oh, okay, let's grind this for a win, and that's what ended up happening. Now, the funny thing is, with other than that, for the gameplay, you'll see that my loot and also my enemies, I got very lucky. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it was skill-based matchmaking being kind to me, but this felt like not only one of my more fun and enjoyable lobbies, but this also felt like a very easy lobby. I got a lot of kills, and that's not to say that I have to have an easy lobby to get a lot of kills. It's just that for me personally, you guys have seen my gameplays for Fortnite, and I'm very casual. I can be sweaty when I want to be, don't get me wrong. I can be a very big sweat. But for me, like, as I've gotten older, I've tried to go back to the old ways of how I see gaming. Like, I originally was very casual and just wanted to have fun. Then I had this weird phase from like when I was like 12 to like 16 where I kind of wanted to be a little bit more of a competitive type of player. And then like 16 onward, yes, I still had that competitive nature, and I still do, but not to the extent before. Like before, I would play all the competitive modes on like any game, and I would just try to like do the absolute best. Now I kind of just play it just to play it, and you know, grind for other reasons. So I do it more casually. And playing on this here, I don't know if because of my casual nature and the fact that I don't sweat that often, they rewarded me with kind of more, I guess, crummy players. Not that these people were crummy, but like you can see a sheer difference. Like they're not spinning around cranking in the 90s like you would expect. Now, I'm very flattered that Fortnite ends up giving me those sweaty enemies because they think of me of that sweaty, but the thing is though is that I'm just not that sweaty. I don't play Fortnite like I used to. I say that I was sweaty in Fortnite from the beginning all the way up until like the end of Chapter 1. And then like when Chapter 2 kind of came out, I just kind of chilled. But anyways, the point is though is that I still ended up having a fun game nonetheless, whether it was an easy experience or not. I mean, I'm not going to be the type of guy that's just going to be like, oh yeah, skill-based matchmaking is horrible for games, and then complain that my lobbies are too easy. No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm just saying is that I'm acknowledging the fact that it was probably an easier lobby than what it could have been, and I can still whoop ass whether I have easy enemies or not, so don't let that fool you. But this is basically a really good example of why I think that skill-based matchmaking is something that is needed, but not something that needs to be overdone. Like, I could live with having some games be really sweaty as hell if I can get a game like this every now and then. I kind of, not fully, but I like the attempt at Modern Warfare with that, I guess, supposed secret algorithm where, like, every 5 games that you do badly, you'll get, like, one really good game after because you're going to be facing against complete idiots. And I really do like that idea. Like, just every couple other games, just give me a really good lobby, and I'll deal with your skill-based matchmaking. That's not a challenge, by the way. That's not to say like I want to face Scumpy all the time for one potential good lobby, but you get the basic point. Anyway, so I was here and I went to the one secret agency that's actually at this gas station. I completely forgot that this existed because the main ones that exist that a lot of people go to is the named ones. There are still some secret agent AI spots that are actually just in random areas around the map. And the only way I found out about that one is because I saw through a YouTube video on how to get to a secret passage quick from the location that I was when I first dropped. And then you can see people like this guy. And this is an example of a guy that I feel is not that bright. I shoot him with the SMG, immediately he just runs away. This is probably the first and I guess guaranteed AI that I faced against, because you can see I'm just poking him. I'm shooting with an SMG, he runs away. I shoot him again with an SMG, he's still running away. He didn't challenge me, he didn't fight or anything, he just shielded, and then he just ends up just standing still and let me just kill him. Which is good for me because AI count towards challenges, which is great. Like, one of my challenges was get a kill with every gun rarity, and gray and green are only in the solo modes, or only in the non-respawn modes, so I was able to do it on AI, and that helped. But, I ended up getting this guy, and I think by the total of the end of the game, I ended up getting 8 kills, and that's actually really, really cool. And then I see this guy who's down here, and I can't even tell if that was necessarily a player or not because I just deleted him before he even had a chance to react. He was basically one shot. Then I have this third guy over here after I end up looting this dude. And after I end up looting this dude, he's in the water. So I'm like, okay, so I'm going to try to have a water fight. Now, I'm pretty sure that this guy was an actual player just because he actually ended up building and trying to fight back. The other two just only had one gun and weren't building. That's the one way you can sort of tell if it's an AI or not, is in Fortnite, is that if they're building, then they're at least trying, and I feel like they're actually not just an AI. This guy had more loot to justify the fact that I think he was an actual person that just didn't have any mats or something. But yeah, so that was the first 3 kills on players back to back to back to back. And like I said, this is a really high kill gameplay for me because for me personally, like I said, I'm very casual but sweaty when I need to be. And I never really try to go for a lot of kills in Fortnite. I don't camp, but I don't try to go for a lot of kills either. My average is about like 4 to 5 kills. So if I get close to double digits, that's really, really cool for me. I know there's some people like Ninja, you know, that like to get like 20 plus kills basically, but that's just not my style. I rather would get the win, because for something more mentally pleasing about getting a win in Fortnite than a lot of kills for me. And it's funny because I normally am like a kill whore in a lot of other games, but like it's just not with Fortnite. Fortnite I've always just liked the win more. And yeah, as you can see, I'm trying to also get another challenge here. We're trying to get them to shoot my decoy grenades. And there's 2 dudes shooting each other in this bush. So I'm running around and I try to get this one third dude. And I have no idea where the hell he is, and then out of nowhere he just goes kapua shot, and then he just ends up just jumping out of the bush. And so I end up getting him, and I rack up the kills. And now we're getting towards the end game. We're in Weeping Woods. Now, Weeping Woods, for me personally, I don't like this area just because it's a very foresty area. There's so many people that can just hide in bushes and hide in trees, and it's just not really fun to play against. But this one dude, thank God, he actually just ran out and he didn't build too much, and I was able just to laser him like this, and I was getting a whole bunch of headshots. I guess you could play the sound bite of controller player. That's just a controller player. I really need to implement that in my videos. And then there's also this other guy that's Meowscles. Now this guy, the way he was moving, I was almost positive that this dude was a sweat. So I did shoot, but after I was at least able to guarantee him over the fence. And then he builds one ramp and then he doesn't build again. So like, I'm not sure how many of these guys were AIs. I'm not really sure how many of these were actual players. I'm guessing based off the loot and the way they play. Some people in my lobbies, yes, to this day, even though I have skill-based matchmaking on in these modes, are complete idiots. But there's just some people that, like, I can't tell anymore. And then I end up getting this snipe here on this guy across the mountain, which is actually really cool. Because for me personally, I just never snipe. So to get a sniper kill like that was actually really, really fun for me. So I perched up here, and now we're in the last zone, pretty much, where there's only one dude left. And I'm running around, I'm trying to look for him, and then I see him running around, and he's actually placing a launch pad, and he's trying to go to that hill where the last dude I killed was and try to collect the loot. So I'm trying to hit him, trying to do that as a controller player thing. It's not working. And I'm like, okay, let me rush this guy's launch pad. He's shooting down at me, and I'm just like, oh crap, this guy's actually serious. So I launch pad, instead of trying to go after him and just let him shoot me in the head, I flank, and I try to build my base on the zone slightly to the side of him. So that way I can still be in the zone and I really just have to kind of wait him out. And then I was like, well, he's got high ground by default anyways, natural high ground especially, which is also a very big important thing in Fortnite. I'm like, screw it, I'm actually going to rush him. I'm going to just not do this pussy shit where I just don't move. So I'm just like, I'm going to actually move and show people that I can actually win a game without camping. So I'm building and building, and yes, like I said, I'm not necessarily the biggest sweat or casual in the world. I'm kind of just 50-50, or when I need to be. And this is like the example of how I went from casual to sweat, because this guy made me work for it. This guy didn't just give me the win. I actually had to battle him. This is probably, I would say, the closest that I can say to it as confirmed actual player. Because the bots, if the bots were doing this, then we would have an issue. But yeah, I'm actually build battling this guy. We're both kind of just and we're not really necessarily building the craziest. In fact, there's actually multiple times where if anybody that had slightly sweatier skill than me, he would get me if I just ended up facing him like this, because I'm choking. I'm getting stuck on things. So I'm glad that the way that this game went, like I said, I really don't care how Fortnite, gives me certain players. It's nice to mix things up, and I'm just thankful for the easy lobbies and even sometimes the fun, sweaty lobbies I can occasionally get. But I'm not going to try to justify or complain about anything too much. It's just all about having fun at the end of the day. So you can take this for what it is. You can say this is an easy lobby. You can say that this was actually a sweaty lobby or an average lobby. I really personally don't care. The thing is that I'm happy with the game, and if you guys can respect that, I respect you. And yeah, so we're wrapping up here. This is kind of like the last big fight. We were both falling off the hill, which was really not helping for either of us. And I feel like the fact that he was a default and that me being an Oro skin, this new skin, which is very beast, by the way, kind of made it a little bit easier for him to find me. Because, he just looks for the shiny yellow dude. And then by him rushing me, it also helps me. So, that was pretty cool. But, yeah, I'm rushing him, trying to just get these builds. And I think he's just basically just hiding from me because he's running away now instead of actually challenging me. And I know this because when I shoot him with attack once, it just insta-deletes him. So, yeah, that was my win in solos for the first time in a while. The first time I got a solo win in Chapter 2 was at the beginning of Season 2. It's beginning of Season 1 and then also the beginning of Season 2, just because I didn't play a lot of Season 1, Chapter 2. And then I got this one. So this is my third solo win of Chapter 2. So if you guys ended up enjoying this video, I would really appreciate if you could drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. It would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, guys, I hope you end up having a wonderful day. Stay safe out there, wash your hands, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Thank you for watching, and peace out.